Academic essays. You already know how to write an academic essay. You start with an introduction, throw in a thesis statement, find about 3 paragraphs worth of evidence, body paragraphs, and wrap it all up with a tidy conclusion. Now, forget all of that, because a successful college application essay is totally different. Your college application essay needs to breathe life into your application. It should capture your genuine personality, explaining who you are beyond a series of grades, test scores, and after-school activities. But that's not nearly as scary as it seems, because you get to choose what you share and how to share it. So you're trying to show how you are different and what makes you special. You're trying to stand out in a sea of people. Take time to think about the college or university admissions officers who will be reading your essay. How will your essay convey your background and what makes you unique? If you had the opportunity to stand in front of an admissions committee to share a significant story or important information about yourself, what would you say? The college application essay is your chance to share your personality, goals, influences, challenges, triumphs, life experiences, or lessons learned. Not to mention why you're a good fit for the college or university, and why it's a good fit for you. These are the stories behind the list of activities and leadership roles on your application. When writing your application essay, pick a single moment. One of the most common struggles students encounter is resisting the urge to squeeze everything they've seen, done, and heard into their essay. Your application essay isn't your life story in 650 words. Instead, pick one moment in time, just one, and focus on telling the story behind it. Keep in mind that not everyone is a writer, and admissions committees know that. Admission officers realize that writing doesn't come easily to everyone, but with some time and planning, anyone can write a college application essay that stands out. One way to do that is to work step by step, piece by piece. The end result should be a carefully designed, insightful essay that makes you proud. Take advantage of being able to share something with an audience who knows nothing about you and is excited to learn what you have to offer. Brag. Write the story no one else can tell. Step 1. Get to know your prompt. Ease yourself into the essay writing process. Take time to understand the question or prompt being asked. The single most important part of your essay preparation may be simply making sure you truly understand the question or essay prompt. When you are finished writing, you need to make sure that your essay still adheres to the prompt. College essay questions often suggest 1 or 2 main ideas or topics of focus. These can vary from personal to trivial, but all seek to challenge you and spark your creativity and insight. Before you start writing your essay, know your prompt. Know what they want you to write about. Read the essay questions and/or prompts. Read them again, then read them one more time. Take some time to think about what is being asked and let it really sink in before you let the ideas flow. Before you can even start brainstorming, define what it is you're trying to accomplish. Is the essay prompt asking you to inform, defend, support, or expand upon? If it doesn't already, relate the question back to yourself by asking, how does this or how could this apply to me? Avoid sorting through your existing English class essays to see if the topics fit the bill. These pieces are rarely a showcase for who you are as an applicant. Brainstorming. Get your creative juices flowing by brainstorming all the possible ideas you can think of to address your college essay question. Believe it or not, the brainstorming stage may be more tedious than writing the actual application essay. The purpose is to flesh out all of your possible ideas, so when you begin writing, you know and understand where you are going to be with the topic. Brainstorming continued. Reflect. You have years to draw from, so set aside time to mentally collect relevant experiences or events that serve as strong, specific examples. This is also time for self-reflection. What are my strengths? How could my friends describe me? What sets me apart from other applicants? Write any and all ideas down. There's no technique that works best, but you'll be thankful when you're able to come back to ideas you otherwise might have forgotten. Narrow down the options. Choose 3 concepts you think fit the college application essay prompt best and weigh the potential of each. Which idea can you develop further and not lose the reader? Which captures more of who you really are? Choose your story to tell. From the thoughts you've narrowed down, pick one. You should have enough supporting details to rely on this as an excellent demonstration of your abilities, achievements, perseverance, or beliefs. Before you begin writing, create an outline. Map out what you're going to write by making an outline. Architects use a blueprint. A web page is comprised of code. Cooks rely on recipes. What do they have in common? They have a plan. The rules for writing a good essay are no different. After you brainstorm, you'll know what you want to say, but you must decide how you're going to say it. Create an outline that breaks down the essay into different sections. All good stories have a beginning, a middle, and an end. Shape your story so that it has an introduction, body, and conclusion. Following this natural progression will make your essay coherent and easy to read. Strategize. How are you going to open your essay? With an anecdote, a question, dialogue, or use of humor? Try to identify the tone of your essay and how it's going to be based on your ideas. Stick to your writing style and voice. It's particularly important when writing a piece about yourself that you write naturally. Put the words in your own voice. By planning the layout of your essay ahead of time, you'll avoid changing your writing style mid-story. Number 4, write the essay. By now you know exactly what you will write about and how you want to tell the story. So hop on a computer and get to it. Try to just let yourself bang out a rough draft without going back to change anything. Then go back and revise, revise, revise. Before you know it, you'll have told the story you outlined and reached the necessary word count, and you'll be happy you spent all that time preparing. The more you prepare, the better off your essay will be. When writing the essay, keep your essays focused, narrow, and personal. Remember, this is about you and how you stand out as an individual. Don't lose your reader. Start with your main idea and follow it from beginning to end. Be specific. Avoid using cliched, predictable, or generic phrases by developing your main idea with vivid and detailed facts, events, quotations, examples, and reasons. Be yourself. Admissions officers read plenty of application essays and know the difference between a student's original story and a recycled academic essay, or worse, a piece written by your mom and dad or even plagiarized. Bring something new to the table, not just what you think they want to hear. Use humor if appropriate. Be concise. Don't use 50 words if 5 will do. Try to only include the information that is absolutely necessary. Number 5, proofread. The last step is editing and proofreading your finished essay. You have worked so hard up until this point, and while you might be relieved, remember, your essay is only as good as your editing. A single grammatical error or typo could indicate carelessness, not a trait you want to convey to a college admission officer. Give yourself some time. Let your essay sit for a while, or at least an hour or two, before you proofread it. Approaching the essay with a fresh perspective gives your mind a chance to focus on the actual words, rather than seeing what you think you wrote. Don't rely solely on the computer's spelling and grammar check. Computers cannot detect the context in which you are using words. Rather than seeing what you think you wrote. Don't rely solely on the computer's spelling and grammar check. Computers cannot detect the context in which you are using words, so be sure to review carefully. Don't abbreviate or use acronyms or slang. They might be fine in a text message, but not in your college essay. Proofreading continued. Have another person, or several, the more the merrier, read your essay, whether it's a teacher, a guidance counselor, a parent, or a trusted friend. You know what you meant to say, but it's clear to someone else reading your work? Is it clear to someone else reading your work? We have these people review your application essay to make sure your message is on target and clear to any audience. Read your essay backwards. This may sound a bit silly, but when reading in a sequential order, your brain has a tendency to piece together missing information or fill in the blanks for you. Reading each sentence on its own and backwards can help you realize not only typos and mistakes in grammar, but that you may have forgotten an article here and there, such as a or the. Proofreading Part 3. Reading your essay out loud. This forces you to read each word individually and increase your chances of finding a typo. Reading aloud will also help you ensure your punctuation is correct, and it's often easier to hear awkward sentences than see them. Check for consistency. Avoid switching back and forth from different tenses. Also, if you refer to a particular college in the essay, make sure it's the correct name and is consistent throughout the piece. You don't want to reference 2 different schools in the same paper. That would look terrible. Finally, tie up loose ends. Celebrate finishing what you started. Writing the college essay takes time and effort, and you should feel accomplished. When you submit your essay, remember to include your name, contact information, and ID number in your college, if your college provided one, especially if you send it to a general admission email account. Nothing is worse than trying to match an application essay with no name, or worse, an email address such as donutsareLife@domain.com to a file. You want to make the process as easy as possible for the college. Make sure to keep copies of what you sent to which schools and when, and follow up on them. Be certain the college or university you're applying to received your essay. You don't want all that hard work to go to waste. The end.